Hi guys, so if you're new to investing, today I'm going to show you how to get started right here on Wealthsimple. Okay, and this test might also be applicable if you use other brokerage apps. So I'm going to do a live demo on the screen, and who knows, we might even buy one stock right here today. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to download the app, right? So if you use App Store on iPhone, you want to go to App Store. Same thing if you use an Android phone, go to App Store, search for Wealthsimple. I'm just going to type Wealthsimple over here. All right, so you see over here you have Wealthsimple. It's showing open because I've already downloaded it. If you're doing it for the first time, it's probably going to show you get, and then you get the app, and then you do some KYC to register the app, and then you load money. So I'm just going to start from when you've already funded the account. Might do another video on how to fund the account. I mean, if you guys want, put comments on the comment section. I'm going to do another video on how to fund the account, right? So, but over here, I'm assuming you've already funded the account. So this is going to be the landing page, right? So now on Wealthsimple, the key thing to know is that you can open several types of accounts. You can open your tax-free savings account. You can open checking account as well as a savings account on Wealthsimple, right? So right here, we're going to do this demo using the tax-free savings account. And we all know that the tax-free savings account is an account you can use to invest, and then the gains you make from the investment is going to be tax-free, right? But I'm just going to go over here on this button to show you a summary of the features on Wealthsimple. If you open the account, you want to add money, right? So this is where you go to. You click on this button, then you go over here to fund the account, right? So you click on add money at the top left here, right? So over here you have this option that shows you how to add money to the account, basically. So you want to click on this add button at the top right, and then it gives you a list of the accounts within Canada. Then what you do simply is just to click on the bank, and then it takes you through a couple of steps to add money to the account, and then you link your account, you link your bank to the app, then voila, you fund your account. So as you can see here, I've already added money to the account, right? So you have my bank linked here. So if I want to move money, I just click on the bank, and then it's going to ask me, where do you want to move money from, or rather, where do you want to move money to? So it's going to debit my bank account. I need to move money to any of these accounts of my choice, if it's TFSA, if it's my crypto account, and so on and so forth, right? So we're going to look at this feature talks about transferring money from let's just take a look from same your bank to a different account. So assuming I want to transfer funds from my checking account to my TFSA, this is where I do it right here. So I select checking account to TFSA, and then I need to move funds from here to TFSA. And then if you click next, you're going to see it's going to ask me how much, and then I do the transfer right there. Okay, so this talks about converting monies. Let's see what it has. Yeah, so this is about currency conversion. Assuming you have a USD account and you want to convert from USD to CAD, right? So that's where you do that right there. Now, the other feature here talks about linking your Visa debit card to the platform, right? So these are other features you can use to fund the account. You can use e-transfer. You can also register your account as a bill payment on your bank app, and then you transfer money from the bank app to the Wealthsimple platform. Okay, so I guess that's enough for funding accounts, and these are options of how to fund accounts. Yes, but I like this portion here. You can add money to the account from your branch. You go to the branch, deposit check, and then you have it on your Wealthsimple platform. But over here it says something about automations, and this is one of my favorite parts. So it talks about recurring transfer. So assuming you want to make a recurring transfer so that you don't have to do it manually all the time, so you just set up a recurring transfer over here, add money, and then you say, okay, I want to add money from my checking account to my TFSA account, and you say how frequent do you want to do it. It's going to be every day, every month, and then you select the frequency over here, bi-weekly, and so on and so forth. And then you hit next, and then you talk about the amounts, and you go ahead and do that right there. Okay, so this other part has to do with recurring investments. As you can see over here, I have some recurring investments. So I set up to buy Uber every week, right? Buy Netflix every week. This is not a financial advice. I'm just using this for demonstration. But assuming you want to set up a recurring investment, in other words, you don't want to keep buying it manually all the time. Okay, so assuming you want to do this with NVIDIA, so we'll come over here to NVIDIA. We'll come to the bottom right corner where it says trade, right? And you click on buy NVIDIA, and then you want to write the amount you want to buy in NVIDIA. Assuming you want to buy $100 of NVIDIA, right? And you click over here at the top right corner, you see where it says recurring. I'm going to come to those other features shortly. And it says, do you want to buy weekly? Do you want to buy monthly? So this is a typical way of setting up your dollar cost averaging, right? I'm sure most of you must have heard about dollar cost averaging. This is how you set it up on Wealthsimple. So what it does is every week it's just going to help you buy the stock, right? But please be sure to fund your account if you're doing dollar cost averaging, and then you review your order, and then you go ahead and confirm the recurring investments over here. Okay, right, so that's how you set up recurring investments, right? So we're just going to go quickly to see other features they have here. Okay, so this is very important, the dividend reinvestment program, right? So assuming you have a stock that pays you dividend, assuming you invest in a company and they pay you about $10 in dividend, you want to use that $10 to buy the same stock immediately. They pay you the $10 without, letting the money sit in your account. So it's a good way of compounding your investment. That's where you come over here, you turn on the dividend reinvestment over here. So that's how you turn on dividend reinvestment basically on your TFSA account. That's why I'm doing it. So the other thing that is important over here, so stock lending, these are a bit complex, but I just want us to quickly touch on how to buy a stock. So assuming you want to buy, you open your TFSA account, you want to buy a share of a company, you come over to this search button right here. So you see the options here. You can buy stocks on Wealthsimple, you can buy ETFs, you can also buy crypto, and you can do options trading as well, but this is a bit on the advanced side. So we're going to talk about these two options right here, and I'll show you common features and explain some confusing steps in buying stocks, right? So if you come to this side, assuming you know the stock you want to buy, let's use a stock that is not so expensive. So assuming you want to buy this Bitfarm, right? This BITF. So you click on it, or you just type it at the search bar here, BITF. Okay, so I'm using this because it's not so expensive, because I want to actually buy it to show you real life how to make the purchase. Okay, so over here, so I'm going to click buy in case you missed what I did. So at the bottom left corner here, like I said at the beginning, you can have several accounts on your Wealthsimple, but you want to make sure that the account of choice is what you've selected. In this case, I'm selecting my TFSA. Right on the right hand side here, I'm going to click buy. Right, so it shows us a beautiful chart over here, and you can look at the chart to say, okay, how is the stock performing in the past 1 day? You can see that it has a nice drop over here. In the past 1 week, see the movements, right? Just at a glance. If you're a bit confused about how this works, I did a video on how to read a chart, right? So you can look at my YouTube page for that video. It's very helpful, right? At the bottom right corner here, you're going to click buy. Okay, now on this side, this is very key. Now on the top right side, you can see these options. You have markets, you have limit, you have stop limit, and then you have recurring. I think we've talked about recurring, so I'm going to tell you about this market order. Market order has to do with buying the stock real time. You want to buy it at the current market price, or maybe something close to the market price. It's like going to a store, you want to make a purchase, and then they tell you the price of the item, you go ahead and pay for it, and then you go home with it. Now, limit order, on the other hand, means you want to buy this stock, but you don't want to buy it at the current price. But probably you believe that the stock is going to drop, right? And you say, hey, when it drops, buy for me. That's what it means. So assuming the share price today is $100 and you believe that it's going to drop to maybe $80, you can place an order on a limit order, and then you buy at your desired or the preferred price, right? So we're just going to do a market order. All right, let's do limit order, because as at the time of doing this video, the market has already closed, and you all know that market closes after 4 p.m. Eastern, right, and opens around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so on this side, we're going to click on market order. Now, one thing to note is that if we click on market order, it means that we can key in this order today, but it's going to execute when market opens. Okay, so we can still go ahead and say, okay, buy 1 share of BITF. Okay, on market order. The reason why this is important is the price. It's going to buy at the current market price when the market opens. Okay, this is very important, and be sure to look at the conversion rate over here. So we'll click review. So it's telling us to confirm the order. Market order, TFSA 1 share $5.80. You see what I told you? It's going to fill on market open. Okay, so when market resumes the next day, the order is going to execute. But we can go ahead and queue the order. So we're putting it in the queue, and that is done. You've already made the purchase, right? But let me show you how to also make a purchase using a limit order. So yeah, I love Wealthsimple the way they describe it here. Order will be filled at your specified price or lower. So your order is going to be filled at your specified price or a lower price, right? So over here, it says the price for today is $5.80, but we believe that, hey, this stock might drop tomorrow. So we're gonna say, okay, please don't buy at $5.80, buy for us at $4.80. Okay, and it says, how many of it do you want to buy? I can say, okay, I want to buy one, right? So I click on next. So you see trading hours is telling us order is going to expire at this time. This is also very important. If you want to keep it open for long, you can keep it open until February 1st of the next year, next year, right? So this is going to be about 90 days from today, right? So I want to keep it open. So it's going to keep trying to make this purchase for me, okay, till this date. This is very important. Keep it open, keep trying to buy. I'm not in a hurry. Buy whenever you can. That's what you're telling the platform, really. And then you go ahead and click on review. You check everything. If it's fine, go ahead and queue the order. Right, so the order is going to be in queue till this price drops to $4.80. All right, so if you want to see the orders that we just queued, I'm just going to go over here. On the home screen, you want to go to TFSA, basically the account where you bought it from. It shows here pending orders. So the market order is going to execute when market opens tomorrow, and the limit order is going to execute when the price drops to $4.80. Yeah, so that's it. That's basically how you buy on market order. So I'm just going to quickly show you a few more things. Let's use the same stock we're using as an example, BITF, and then I'm going to show you some other key things you need to take note of. Still under this limit order. So please, did you notice that they have fractional shares under market order, but it's missing under limit order? The reason is because when you're doing a limit order, you cannot buy fractional shares. It has to be whole shares. For instance, a BITF, the price here is $5.80. You cannot buy 0.5, half of it, right? Because you're doing a limit order. But if you're on a market order, you can actually buy fractional shares. But the thing about that is that the market has to be doing trading hours. So you can't buy fractional shares outside of trading hours. That's one very important mistake I see a lot of people are struggling with. All right, so those are the important things you want to learn as a beginner. If you found this video useful, please go ahead and click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube page. Okay, until I catch you next time, keep investing and have a good one. Bye for now.